So we're exploring package text templating and exploring templating. And here we have parse files. In this example, 02, we're doing template.gohtml, which is this. And then instead of writing to standard out, we're creating a new HTML file. And then with that new file, we're executing that template and writing the contents to the new file. So it would create an index.html. And so here we have tpl.gohtml. And so templating, traditionally in web programming, your templates would be named for the language you're programming in, the file extension. So if you looked at like, I don't know what website I was at recently and I saw file extensions. Somebody, find obscure websites, right? Interesting ways to find obscure websites. And so this is, like a RESTful API. It's just kind of got a path that kind of says, what it is, but that doesn't have anything. I'm going to just search for like, my kittens. Those are going to be bad websites. And then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to go out to like 10. And then up here, I don't know if there's some way I could go even farther out and search results. Start equal 90. And I don't know if I started at 90, like maybe 90 results, because then that takes me to 100. I'm going to start equals 900 and see what happens. Nope. Let's see what happens if I go to the next one. Start equals 90. Start equals 100. And then 1920, 978. 1920, 978. Well, why didn't it work at 900? Like 180 work? Dude, it's Google. Come on. I guess it has to preload, maybe. Here's 160. Oh, it only has 17 pages? Wow, Google. But this has got 1,765 results. There should be billions of results. Right? Anyhow, Google, nobody ever goes that deep. So Google's like, why do we care? Why are we even showing it? But look at this page, anonymous proxy detected. Click here. So that's because I have this on. Like here, this page is PHP. Right? That was the file extension, PHP. Here's another PHP. Here's another PHP. PHP, PHP, PHP. This seems to be, is it all the same? No, they're different websites. PHP. It's all PHP. Let's look at like 14. That's a RESTful. Org. I don't know, Humane Society. But there used to be like ASP. And then there was like CFM. Here's SHTML. Right? File extension. And so it used to be you actually accessed a file, jet ski crash. See how many are here. Only 14. That's crazy. I thought it just kept going. Oh, we've got more. How many do we have? 218 results. Not that many. They used to have billions of results. I don't know when that changed. Another PHP. Anyhow, the point being file extension. And here, we could use any file extension we want. You saw me using TXT. It could be GoHTML. That's the traditional file extension. Because eventually when we build a website, we will have templates. And then it'll be like index.gohtml. That's our template. And then that will get parsed, and that will be turned into what we serve. But this file extension could be anything you want it to be. You can name it PHP if you wanted and confuse people. You can name it ASP. You can name it Grandma's House. GH. Whatever you want it to be. It could be anything because it's just programming. You're saying open up that file. You know, the computer doesn't need to know what program's associated with it. It's just, okay, I'll open up that stuff right there. So we here we're opening up that file, and then we're just creating an HTML page, and we're executing that to a new file. So that's what we're doing in that one. And then here we're parsing files. We have 1, 2, and Vespa. And so we're doing template parse files 1. I call this one GMAO, just whatever, who cares, right? And then we're executing that first one. And then we're adding to that template parse files with just an equal sign. We're parsing 2 more files and adding it to TPL. And then we are executing a template, and we're executing the named template, Vespa 2, 1. And we're not passing any data, nil data, no data. Okay. And so that's multiple files. And then we could also use, instead of parse files, we could use parse glob. So I can say parse a glob. A glob is a group of stuff in Unix. Glob define Unix. And a glob pattern specifies sets of file names with wildcard characters. The Unix command, right? So sets of file names with wildcard characters. So here we're parsing a whole glob. It's anything in the templates folder. Anything, that's what the star is, anything that's in the templates folder. And this is running right here, so the templates folder is at its root, same level. And inside that folder, you'll find anything. So I'm parsing all of that, parse the whole glob, and then execute those files again. Execute template, to standard out, name which template I want to execute, right, that I've parsed in, and then execute it, and it executes them. And then we have performant parsing func and knit. So a good thing to do when you start your program up is just to parse all of your files and store them in a variable that's accessible wherever you need to access those. So here, this variable is going to be accessible at the package scope. And I could prove that. I'm going to create a new file. Let's just check. Let me not prove it, but let's just check it. I'm just going to call this 2.go. So this is a file 2. It's in package main. And I could say I want to execute from file 2. Right? I could have a func foo, and returns nothing. And I'm just going to execute that. And it's the first time error's running there. And executing there, and then I'll call foo here. And so the last one to execute again will be Vespa. So main's going to run. It'll go Vespa 2, 1, and then it'll call foo, which is also in package main. It's just on a different file. And it will call Vespa again. So let's see that run. Undefined foo. Undefined foo. This is because I haven't coded. I didn't think it needed to be capital, but I have foo there. Why is foo not defined here? Oh, because I am saying go run main.go, and where is foo? It's in 2.go. So instead of main.go, I got to do all Go files, star.go. One Vespa, 2, 1 Vespa. So Vespa is the last one to run. And we had 1 executed here. And then Vespa 2.1, Vespa 2.1, and then Vespa when I called foo. And so what that tells me is TPL is available package scope. Not just file scope, but package scope. So that's what I was testing. So that's parsing a glob. And I'll live code it so you can see it live coded, okay? You want to see that? Yeah. I like live coding.